What's up, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. I know I've criticized the vegan community for not being able to diagnose vegans who aren't doing veganism right and only crying wolf. So let me not be a hypocrite and let's call out to people who aren't doing carnivory right. Now look, I do admit that carnivory might not be right for some people, for whatever reason. It's possible. I'm skeptical of this claim, but I have to keep an open mind. Anyway, both Vegetable Police and Dr. Sweets over here are complaining about the same issues eating a carnivore diet. Now, first of all, both of them say they're keto. I believe Vegetable Police does. But this guy, for damn sure, he says the dark side of keto, right? He eats lean muscle meat and zero carb, and he thinks he's eating a ketogenic diet. But hey, vegans don't know anything about nutrition, so what do you expect? This is embarrassing, dude. You should be ashamed for calling what you do keto. You're not eating a ketogenic diet. And I guarantee you, whatever grease cooks out of that meat, you're not eating that. And the same goes for Vegetable Police, who boils his meat for hours. He boils a lot of the fat out and he dumps the water, right? And then when these guys eat their steak, you know how pansies do. They don't eat the gristle because it's gross. You know what I mean? They only eat the fleshy bits, and that's that. So they're not eating a ketogenic diet, which could be why they have low energy, because what you're trying to do, if you do want to go keto or become a fat burning mechanism instead of sugar burning mechanism, you want to eat a lot of fat. It's really that simple. And they don't. They eat a whole bunch of lean meat. It's not a ketogenic diet. That's probably why you're low energy. And as far as this food poisoning and those digestive issues that you're experiencing, there might be some truth to that, because you know you've made your body process absolute garbage. I'm not saying all vegetables are bad, but you've been eating absolute garbage and a nutritionally deficient diet for many years. Your body had to adjust to digesting low quality, incomplete protein. And for those of you who struggle with this idea because Dr. Greger says otherwise, just go look at their muscle mass when they're vegan. They have the muscle mass of 90-year-old men, okay? They were not getting enough protein. They were not getting enough quality protein. Their body, like everybody else's body, can extract enough quality protein from these plants. We just don't. Just go look at any vegan. So now that you're giving your gut and body real food, they might be freaking out a little bit. But as far as your claims of food poisoning goes, as far as those claims go, I know both of you get your meat from the supermarket, not a local farm or rancher, because you're not that dedicated. You don't really care about animals. You haven't really gone out your way to find a good source of meat from a family farm, which would be very easy to do. My question would be, have there been food poisoning outbreaks in your area, seeing as you eat commercial mass-produced meat? Have there? No? Then you're not getting food poisoning, dweebs. Your body's probably freaking out a little bit, and on top of that, you're having a psychosomatic reaction because you're a pansy who, even when they ate meat in their childhood, didn't want to eat meat off the bone, left all the greasy parts and all the chewy parts, and you just had issues eating meat from being very little because you're a pansy. I think that's all I have to say about these two clowns. They're not doing Carnivory right. They are spreading a bad message. They're misrepresenting what the diet is. They don't know what they're doing. They're vegans, so they don't know anything about nutrition. And they should just go back to their terrible, terrible, terrible diet and leave this sort of thing to real people who want to eat real food, and they're not gonna complain about it because I don't know why. Oh, and one last thing, speaking about pansies, this guy, Vegetable Police, he was deathly afraid of a tiny little calf. He was so afraid to approach it and pet it. Then that when the cow finally extended was at the end of its lead, its rope, and he was just barely able to touch it and pet it. I mean, the guy had like a cathartic experience. It's like he had an orgasm because he touched the cow. But he was deathly afraid of this dumb, benign animal. These guys are pansies, man. They're not doing Carnivory right. That's all I gotta say. Thanks for listening.